Hey guys, awesome swag 80 here, back with another movie review. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but Scrappy might be barking in the background. I don't know, it's kind of quiet. So about anyway, no, he doesn't that loud, really, honestly. Shut up! I'm just kidding. You keep on barking. Keep on barking. I'm kidding. Anyways, all that aside, today we're gonna be Scrappy's barking because next door they're like doing an inflatable bouncy house and that shit. So that's why. God, I have nowhere else to go. He follows me everywhere, and his barks can be heard from throughout the whole house. What do you want me to do? Okay, I think he stopped for a bit. No. God. Anyways, today's movie review is gonna be about the movie Captain America: The First Avenger. And as you can see, I am not quitting. I am not giving up. Even after Scrappy keeps on barking and barking and barking, I am not giving up on this movie review. And that's a trait that I share in common with Captain America. That man, oh my god, he does not give up. He just goes boom, 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 boom. I don't give a shit. I just going. I just be doing whatever I'm doing. You know, Scrappy, what's up? They're just bouncing. Let them bounce. Yeah, in the movie Captain America, he has the. He has a Superman syndrome phenomenon, or whatever you call it, where he is perfect, and like there's very little to no flaws in his character. Are you done? Anyways, yeah. He has very little to no flaws in his character, and you know that would get very boring throughout. That would get very boring throughout the movie. You know, like this guy has no character development. He doesn't grow at all. Like, why do you even care about him? He's perfect. You know, he's the best guy you could ever have. You know. But the way that the writers and the directors wrote Captain America in this movie, showing us that he didn't gain who he is, like with the super soldier serum. You know, he was that from the very beginning. He was very honest. Well, not honest, but you know, he was lying. You know, he was lying to get into the army. You know, but he was like, he's doing it for a good purpose. You know, he was trying to help his country. He felt like he was missing out. You know, he couldn't do his part to help the world. You know, he just wants to be a good guy and help the world be a better place. You know, he wants to get rid of all the bullies. You know, and he has a pure and golden heart. You know, and he didn't get that from the super soldier serum. He was that from the very beginning. And like Dr. Erskine said, if you give a strong man strength, then he doesn't know how to like value it. But if you give a weak man strength, then they will value it with their life or something like that, you know. And now that Captain America, Steve Rogers, has those powers, he now has a fighting chance to do what he's always wanted to do, you know. And not just when he got the powers, you know, even before when he got enlisted into the army, he had a fighting chance to actually help, you know. And then he got the powers, and then he continued on, and he never gave up. He was just an immovable object, you know. He was just like boom, boom, boom through the story, you know. I like that in the plot, in the story. Like the story doesn't move him; he moves the story, you know. That's a sign of a great like kinetic character. That's what they call it, kinetic character. That they just keep on moving. They don't like slow the story or this like be controlled by the story. They themselves are the ones that move the plot forward. And with all all obstacles in his way. He could see clearly now that he has I don't know I don't know what I'm trying to do with that, but yeah, even with all obstacles in his way, he keeps on trying. He does not give up, and I think that's one of the big factors of like of making him a good character, even if he's like perfect, even if he's perfect, you know. You just want to see him like win because you saw him fail so many times before, and now that he has a fighting chance, you want to see him like fulfill his wishes, his like his dreams, like what he wants to do, you know. And though yes, I did say he was perfect, he also is a little bit. He has a few flaws, you know. He's insecure. He's like, oh man, I don't think I could do this, you know. Now that he has the super serum, now he's made into a propaganda, and he's like, I don't think I could do this. I want something more, you know. He's always striving to be something better for the people, you know. And he's also very insecure, you know, like being the little guinea pig, little doll for the American government propaganda and everything. He's like, I don't think I could do this in front of like all these army men, you know. I usually do this in front of kids, you know. So it's like, I don't, yeah, basically, yeah. He's a perfect character with a few imperfect flaws, but he never gives up, and that's what gives him character. I don't know. He's a good character. He's a good character. That's all I'm trying to say. I think explaining it out loud like I did before, instead of like making it concise like I try to do right now, was much better. So I don't know. Yeah. And another character, Peggy Carter, she was pretty good. I liked her. She was a good love interest, and not just a love interest, but like a character herself. You know, I could see her being by herself, and then being the love interest to Captain America. She complements him very well, and I like that she liked him even before he was all buff and everything. So it wasn't just like, oh damn, he's hot now. You know, he was pretty nice to me. So I mean, why not? Why not? He's a perfect package, you know. So yeah, I did like Peggy Carter compared to like Iron Man and Pepper Potts, and even a little bit more than Thor and Jane Foster. The bad guy, Red Skull, he was, yeah, I mean, he was an antagonist, you know. He was a bad guy, you know. He did do bad things, you know. There wasn't really much for him, you know. He just wanted more power, more control. I want everything. Oh my gosh, I'm the bad guy. More power. Whoa. You know, he's just the antagonist for Captain America to punch and everything. Not much going on with him or his like lackey. What's his name? Zola. Yeah. I mean, they're there. And the relationship between Captain America and Bucky Barnes, you know, Bucky Barnes, you know, he Bucky Barnes do be bucking the Barnes, you know, the Barnes do be bucking when Bucky Barnes bucks the Barnes, you know. I guess he was a good friend. He was a good, yeah, he was a good friend. He was like with him from the beginning, and he was little, and now he's big, and he kept on helping him, even when the times got rough. I mean, he's just a good friend. He's a good guy. He's a good friend. I don't know what other characters I could talk about. There's the army guy. He was pretty funny in the few funny scenes, like when they were driving the car to the airplane Valkyrie thingy. He was like, "I'm not gonna kiss you, boy." And yeah. Speaking of, the CGI in this movie is pretty good, and I mean, it's pretty good. They're pretty good. I just said that again. And in the few places where they are a little bit iffy, they don't really take away from the immersion of the movie. So I won't fault them for that. Except for, as I was saying, the car scene where they're trying to drive up to the Valkyrie ship. That was very clearly green screen, and that little scene took me out of the movie a little bit. You know, it was like, ooh, that's kind of goofy, you know. But apart from that, the CGI is pretty good. The action scenes are also very good. I like how they're edited and cut. They're not like boom, 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 flashing. Oh, cut here, 2 seconds later, cut there, 2 milliseconds later, cut here. You know, they're pretty concise. I like how they keep on building up. especially in that one notable scene about that like building up is when they were in the Valkyrie. Captain America's in the Valkyrie. And he's beating up all the guys inside, and then oh my God, there's a guy on the little bomber plane, and then he escaped. Oh no, let me jump on the bomber plane. Now we're in the air, fighting in the air. Now we're in the air, fighting in the air. Wow, I'm really good at this. Now we're in the air, fighting in the air, in the airship. And you know, the whole fighting scene's there. And then boom, now he's in the airship in the air while fighting in the air against the other airship that's in the air, fighting in the air. You getting this? You getting all this? Anyways, yeah, so now he's in the airship and now he's fighting against the Valkyrie, and it just goes from inside the ship, outside the ship, and then in the ship fighting against the bigger ship. So it always elevates, and I like that about some of the action scenes in this movie. The plot and the story, I mean, it's pretty good. It, like I said, it's mostly just for Captain America to push along, to like move the story along. It's just there to push his character into whatever he wants to, you know. If he wants to kill Arnim Zola in the first 10 minutes, he will. Well, not really, but you know, you get the point. If he wants to take down the Hydra base, he goes and takes down the Hydra base, and the story just moves along and like fixes and fills in the gaps in between. You know, the story does what it has to do. It's good. But yeah, Captain America is the big standing point, the big focal point of the story, and not really the story you're trying to see. I'm confusing myself, honestly. The story tags along to Captain America, and the Captain America moves the story along, and the story just has to do what it has to do for Captain America to get to its end goal, you know? That's what I'm trying to say, basically. I don't really talk about this much in other Marvel movies, the other Marvel movies I've reviewed, but in this movie, I really like how they implemented the music and made the music for this movie, you know, with the dun 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 dun. Who is the man with the plan? Or something, I don't know. You know, the little propaganda music, it really felt like if it belonged in the time. And then the triumphant trumpet music for Captain America's like big heroic moments, and when he's in action and when he's like defeating all the heroes and saving the people, you know. I really like the music they chose for Captain America and his theme. It feels very like heroic, very superhero-y, you know, like a big spectacle of a person, you know. I really like the music in this movie. And speaking of when I was talking about the propaganda, I really like how they implemented the time period and how they used it for this movie. And it really feels like, well, I wasn't really in that time, but if I would imagine what that time period would be like, I imagine it would be like this. I really liked how they implemented it and the technology and the setting of that time to complement the story and Captain America, and it just feels natural, you know. It just feels like, oh damn, he's in the 1918 or not, whatever time period it is, but he's in the old times, you know, in the good old times, you know. So yeah, I think that's mostly all I want to talk about in this movie. It's a really good movie. I feel like it's kind of underrated, to be honest. I don't really see many people talk about it. I would give Captain America: The First Avenger. I feel like I would want to give it a 82%. It's underrated. I feel it's pretty good. It's a good origin story, you know, and it's a good shooting off point to show who Captain America is, what his character is, and why he's like the star-spangled man with a plan. Why he's America's hero, you know. He is like what we want America to be, you know, good, perfect, and just good, you know, like America should be, which it is not. Oh my god, I got a little bit too political. I shiver me timbers. Anyways, yeah, 82% Captain America: The First Avenger. And yeah, that's mostly it. Scrampy shut up. So that's pretty good throughout this whole review. Not throughout the whole review, but through the majority of the important parts. And yeah, that's it for today's Awesome Swag 80s movie review. I shall see you guys later. Mandatory kiss on the cheek. Mwah! Bye.